The tide comes in, pulls some sand back into the ocean. The land is lost, another fight it cannot win. The cycle begins. The clouds come in, turn from white to gray, then fade to nothing. They fall down to the ground just to be reborn again. The cycle begins.
What can you tell us of the story of the show? What kind of themes does it contain?
So, the Purgatorians is basically about this boy, man, whatever you want to call him. He's pretty young. He's about my age, so... He falls asleep one night, he's nice and warm in his bed, and he gets teleported to a faraway land where every 15 years a sandstorm kills everyone except for a few people. So he is not in the best of situations. And the story kind of involves him, I guess, meeting new people along the way and adapting to this situation as he goes along. There's, a few subplots involving the characters. A lot of the characters are really not safe, and it's not only from the land they're in. There's, dark forces at work, so to speak. The powers that be don't want to let the status quo be changed, so they're going to present a stumbling block to the main characters, it would seem. And some of the themes that sort of play into this are, the shadowy kind of background figures who pull the strings, the puppet masters, as it were. There's a bit of helplessness going on there, I think. Maybe, discovery. Of course, the helplessness from, every 15 years, clean slate, whoosh, everyone dies. They turn to sand. It sucks. But yeah, I think it's gonna deal with a few pretty dark themes and dark subject matter.
I can't tell you the entire story of the show, that would spoil it, but basically, I can't tell you the story. That's spoiling it, but I can tell you what the theme contains, so I will tell you that part because I don't spoil anything. It's a dark theme. It's just, there's bad people, there's good people, and then there's people where you don't know if they're real people or not. I mean, that's all I can say. There's confusing people in here. It's just a dark theme. There's mystery. There's everything you want in a drama.
A lot happens in the show. It has multiple storylines with multiple characters, and is super, super awesome. And very entertaining to listen to and to read. So I hope people who are listening to this stay tuned, because you're in for one heck of a ride. If you're into Game of Thrones and Wayward Pines, then do I have the show for you. So be sure to stay tuned.
The show's main theme seems to be plot twists everywhere, but other than that, the actual themes seem to revolve around corruption and redemption, abuse, fear, pack mentality, just all kinds of things like that just whirling around like this evil sandstorm. It's a pretty intense collage of themes with subtle undertones of comedy, and it's certainly the most ambitious project I've been involved with to date.
The Purgatorians is definitely a drama, a dark gothic drama type story with some mystery and some supernatural, and there's definitely some interesting character dynamics and complex relationships.
I'm not one of the big players in the show, but I think I can say how intrigued I am by its creepy atmosphere. The creator calls it Game of Thrones meets Wayward Pines. I've never immersed myself in either of those, but I think it might be appropriate to add a little bit of Twilight Zone in there. The world is familiar, but it's not our world. We're apparently in for a bit of a mind-bending ride. Prepare to be disturbed.
And I don't told I should have known. But when you're young, you think that some are invincible. The cycle begins.